Okay. Let's get started here. Hopefully everything works as appropriate. Okay. First thing we're gonna do is throw down an egg. I was gonna do it out in the park, but these gyms are already instinct. I actually probably should have slotted them. Yeah, I should have slotted them. That's okay. Oh, is it working now? Is it working now? Anonymous Bob. Oh, it works now. Perfect. Okay, great. How you guys doing? Anonymous Bob, Dragon, John J. Let's sort out an egg first. A lot of potions. Wait, let's get kicked out. Okay, let's start an egg. And then I'm gonna throw it on a timer. I probably should do the timer first. Yeah, I should do that first. That's fine. I will around 29:30. I'll say that. How's it going, Tiago? Triple. How's it going? Okay, perfect. Let's get some. I haven't done a massive haul since I hit 100 million, which is like back in. Well, I guess I did a little bit during. No, I actually did. That's a lie. I did massive hauls during the Chicago, like post Chicago 1 year anniversary event. Oh. Okay. Let's just do that. Now, how's everyone doing? How's what? Tell me what beast you got. Oh, okay. 1 second. I'm just gonna turn off some stuff. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, Simon. 12. Yeah. Sorry, that guys. I always forget to mute stuff. So. Okay. You have Entei. How do you guys find Entei so far? Getting a lot of interest. I should do some more vols. You know, Suicune has Suicune, if I'm saying that probably over I am, has hidden power. You know, I would definitely focus on trying to get. Once Suicune comes over here, I'm gonna be focusing on high IV ones, and then as well like a variety of high IV hidden power Suicunes. Mostly the ones that like will have like good coverage against like common water attackers. So like hidden power fire, hidden power bug, hidden power ground, hidden power rock even, or ice, like all really good potential counters, especially when PvP comes out. Some interesting things might come out. I don't know. I haven't taken a look at how good hidden power is as a move. But, you know, it might have some uses, especially since, oh, I don't want to do that. Yeah, so it might have some uses. Correctly. 100% Raikou, that's awesome. Are you gonna power it up? Get some TMs to get it to the right moveset. Fuel me once, yeah. Hi, how's it going? Let's see if people are online. There's 6 people. Decent for a late night stream. I was gonna go do it out in the park, but as I went up to the park or checked out the park. Yeah, hidden power grass for sure is might be useful as well for coverage against these Pokemon. Oh man, that's pretty bad. I actually had 97.8 Dragonite run on me today. That was level 30. But yeah, so that's quite painful. It's a big Dragonite too. Dragonite's like, it's useful for all the. Oh yeah. Tell me about how the last 3 days have been. Why has it been so unbelievable? That's good. Grinding dust is important for sure. Yeah. So like I noticed like at least going down and doing some raids today downtown. When I was doing uptown, there's like always like a lot of people who show up. Especially it's very well coordinated, and that's partly because like there's less gyms uptown, so people have to coordinate a little bit better. They can't just show up and expect that people are gonna be there. Right? I have way too much Pidgey candy. Wow, two perfect IV Raikous and your first time. It's a pretty crazy last 3 days. That's awesome. How many Raikus were in between your two perk IV ones, and how did you feel encountering your second 100% Raikou? Did you feel more confident, but the same, more nervous compared to your first one? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely it's best electric Pokemon till Gen 5? I don't know, Gen 4. I don't know that well. So I know Gen 3 doesn't have any good electric Pokemon. Electric Pokemon, so it's definitely pretty good. Actually had some interesting discussions with 40 chat. I unfortunately wasn't involved in it because I was either grinding or raiding, one of the two, but they had some discussion around Magnezone versus Raikou abilities. Abilities called Lao is it goes into with somebody Pokemon, then Magnet, it can't show relevant, and then if it's power fire, useful as well. More 27 raids, and that's awesome. We got 200%. God, that's awesome. I get a power one. I think what am I gonna do? It depends on, because I was talking with somebody about this. Oh, my stream is skipping. Oh wow, okay. It is. Let me see. Okay. Hopefully better. We will in a minute. Okay, I'm like watching the stream on my. It's on the loading screen, so I can't really. No, it's still laggy. No. Let's close all apps. Can't really. Yeah, it's going very slow right now. Okay. Okay, back in business. Okay, here. Okay, let's get back here. I'll be able to tell a little bit. Looks better. Yeah, is it any better? Okay, let's go through these questions. I'm gonna scroll up to these questions, make sure I didn't miss anything. 27, or first off, 27 to 30. Oh yeah, before that, first off, Chris, thanks for pointing out that the stream was lagging. Even though I have the stream in front of me, it's still lagging a little bit. Yeah, it's still lagging a little bit, but better, hopefully. I can't really tell. Yeah. Either way, okay. So, 27 to 35, really good catch rate. That's awesome. Congrats on that. Thinking about switching to iPhone. Do you think it would help me? Oh yeah, no, definitely switching to iPhone will definitely help you with tier 3 soloing. Like I love my Pixel. This is what I'm streaming on right now. Google Pixel's great phone. Yeah, like takes great pictures, takes great videos, all that stuff. But what ends up happening is like, and as well, like I guess when I try to solo the Confusion Focus Fast Alakazam on my Android while recording it, I couldn't do it. I just was like, I need like two. But then when I do it on my iPhone, I beat it with like, I don't know how much time left, like 20 seconds left or something. I read about time on with only part of that is like you start later. Okay. Low video output. Hopefully it's okay. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with my. I don't know what's happening with my. Let me try turning on Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi hasn't been that great either. I don't really know. Yeah, so I can show you my. Okay, so yeah, so it's way easier. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hopefully it's better now. Lots of crashing today. I'd be way easier on at home than in the park. I'm wasting my egg right now. Okay. Actually, I probably should do my catch streak. Okay. Let's pineapple that. Let's ultra ball that. And then I'll go back to questions after I answer. Oh, terrible throw, but that's okay. Whatever. What are your thoughts on the X invites? Okay, so thoughts on X invites. I kind of wish they would provide more detail. I wish I had this Pokestop spin too, but can't be too picky, I guess. What are your thoughts on X invites? So, as far as I know, there hasn't been anyone in Canada or in Toronto specifically, so I don't really know too much, and I've read only a little bit about it, and the requirements keep changing, so I don't really have too much thoughts on it. I think it's an interesting idea. I wish they were a little bit more transparent on, what's recent, all that stuff. I'm sure it's a great experience once it happens, but I don't really have too much of an input on it yet. Kind of torn, because yeah, I understand the challenges with it for sure, but I think it's an interesting idea. Not really too clear, we'll see. Like once I experience my first X-ray and then how the experience is, then I'll be able to provide a better opinion on it. Okay, let's see how much time is last. So halfway through the egg. Okay. Only 1.6 million away. Yeah, that's great. That's super close. Once you get in, as long as no spoofing, no botting, then feel free to join the 40 group. It is a pretty extensive process to get in. Okay, so I answered those questions. Yeah, I hit 40 on December 13th, I think, or 12th. Can't remember the exact date. I actually really should know the exact date. It was a pretty big date. It was, how was I feeling? I was grinding so hard to 40, or what I thought I was grinding so hard at that particular point in time, that I hit 40, and then we had some drinks at South Street, which is across the street from where we normally play at the Roma Espresso Bar on Princess and King Street. And then I remember going home way earlier than I normally would, and it felt weird. And then I got back to grinding, I think like 2 days later, and then just kept going from there. And then just helping, at that point in time, just helping my two friends, Taz and Jordan, get to 40, which they got to 40 2 days later, I believe. They were like pretty close to it. Anyways, yeah, so it's my immediate post 40, and then after that after that then did some rare hunting in a neighboring city suburb of the Greater Toronto area for a bit. Then one of my friends, two of my friends, were hitting 40 one day, so I was grinding with them. That's kind of like how my grind continued. And I remember one of them asking, "King, we're going to go 30 million, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go for 30 million. And I went to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, whatever. So that's awesome. That's awesome. I'll definitely check out your content if you owe me once. Okay, so XP now I'll show after the egg is done, which is about 10 minutes or so. How many Raikous are done? I'll show after the evols. Okay. You have any perfect legendaries? I can show those. I have a perfect Raikou, perfect Zapdos, and perfect Lugia. Unfortunately, I didn't see a perfect Articuno or Moltres, but I encountered some good 98s, so I'm not too fussed on that one. Or those ones, I should say. And then, how much money have you spent on the game? I'll do a separate video on that, and so you can look forward to that as well. And how would you recommend saving lucky eggs for events? Would you recommend saving lucky eggs for events like double XP? Yeah, definitely, especially if you're looking to level efficiently. That's your best use for sure. Obviously, if it's a double XP and you can save all your evolves and mons and throw out a lucky egg, and hopefully if you have Go Plus, it's even better. And Go Plus, and then around an area that has a lot of stops and mons, and then that's a great way too. Or if there's an area where there's a lot of like halo stops, like stops that you haven't spun since I think it was since rework, since gym rework, then that can be a lot of XP as well, which is great. Yeah, a ton of XP. Like, it depends on where you live, right? Like, if you live in a more rural or suburban area where there's not a lot of close stops together, then obviously it's not going to happen, right? Like, saving for halos isn't that great. Well, I'm level 40. So, oh yeah, you're level 40 already. Oh, are you in the 40 group? Or 7? Yeah, like I recommend saving it for, and then, save for whatever you want. Like if you want to hit certain XP goals. Again, it's just making most efficient use of your resources, depending on what your goal is, right? Like if your goal is to get the most XP possible, then obviously you have to use Lucky Eggs more often than just during XP events. So all that's good stuff. Okay. Okay. For some reason I lost the YouTube chat. Okay, let's get back to this chat. Yeah, like R7 again, same comment as I made to Fuel Me once. As long as you haven't spoofed or botted and can provide the appropriate evidence, then definitely you should join the 40 group. So, have you hit excellence on... Yeah, like I hit excellence. You can check out my video where I caught 100% Raikou. I would say, like, Raikou's... I think the sentiment for a lot of people is, like, the easiest one to hit excellent on, or at least legendary dogs, or not dogs, beasts, I should say. I don't like, some people say dogs, it's very confusing at times, and I tend to slip up as well. That, so I can hit excellence on them fairly consistency. I've seen, let's see what's there. This country some of these balls. Okay, so R7. I've seen some videos where excellents are not getting good catch rates. I would say like, that's anecdotal. Like for the most part, like going for a smaller excellent, as long as you hit the curve, like be aware of the dead zone on the curve, will do better. There's obviously going to be videos, and that's the same thing with like Moltres or a number of different Pokemon. Where they can break out, right? That's just part of the RNG process. It's just a little bit more evident with these legendary beasts because they have such a low base catch rate that you can throw multiple excellent throws and not get it, but you also wouldn't have got it if you got multiple no bonus throws. So unless someone provides like contrary evidence, then I tend to believe that that the better you throw, the more likely you're going to catch it. Any benefit to being, I consider, and I say this wholeheartedly and sincerely, that I think being part of the 40 Club is the best level reward that you can get. Obviously, there's some drama and like disagreements around how people should play or all that stuff, but there's a lot of really good discussion. Like we did a 40 survey, so we got to see, like we surveyed, like I think like just over 400 members participated in the survey, and we got insights around like what are the range of XPs that people have, what's the range of catches that people have, how many hours, defender hours they have. It kind of gives you a perspective around, especially if you don't play, or even if you do play around a lot of like really high level players, it kind of gives you like some goals to shoot for, like. If you're really proud of, and you should be really proud, if you're really proud that you have 10 gold badges, and you have the most gold badges in the city, in your particular city, you go on this thing and you see someone has 24, and you're like, oh, great, like that's a goal I can strive for, and use that as motivation. So I think it's pretty awesome. So, and like, all sorts of insights and intel, and we exchange poker batter simulations a lot, and details and discussions that I think are really useful as well. You get to insights around, at least interesting for me, and insights around like how other communities grind. Like someone posted a picture with the Winnipeg Park being lured up, and like Winnipeg is not a place that I would have thought like, oh, it's such a great place to grind, right? But it is, like, it's really great. And Calvin from Winnipeg Posted pictures, posted just details around like events that they run and all that stuff, like really cool stuff. Or when I traveled down to Rhode Island and Boston for work, getting to meet other people. So I think like you're misinterpreting, in my opinion, what Prodigy Nation and Reversal. I haven't seen Reversal's video, so I shouldn't comment. I won't comment on Reversal's video, but Prodigy Nation, like if you ask him straight up, I'm certainly happy to ask him. Like he would say that hitting excellence is statistically better, and the evidence is unless someone presents counter evidence, like unless it's different than any other Pokemon, then I don't think that's the case for sure. How much time left I have on my? I have like 3 minutes or so. Yeah. So I think like being part of the 40 club is like if I knew how great it was, like maybe I should be pushing people harder on it, because it's just hard to explain. Like I guess like anything, like any like good experience is hard to explain unless you're part of it. But really good discussions, and like when you travel, when I traveled to Rhode Island, and I met like the super amazing community down there. There's no way that would have happened without the 40 Club, right? Like, and like just seeing their really great community was like really inspiring for me to go out and seek like what are other great communities out there and things that they're doing. Like, and we also did like the you saw one of my videos, or if you haven't, check it out, where we did the 20 trainer takedown. That was something that a competition that we did across different cities and areas, and like it was cool to see them get together and encourage each other and all that stuff. And also like seeing things like them go to Vegas and have like a bunch of group of 40s come together and go on this party bus and do all these raids and enjoying each other's company. And like it's like all the things I love about Pokemon Go in Toronto, just on a global scale. Like, you know, meeting with people, talking with people, discussing strategies and all this. Anyways, I don't need to blabber on all that stuff. So yeah, I think it's yeah, like you've hit the red zone. Like hitting a red zone has a dramatic impact. I think it's the curve bonus, someone correct me if I'm wrong, is like 1.7, which is like basically hitting an excellent throw. So if you miss it, definitely has a huge impact on your ability to catch the Pokemon. And even then, like you roll energy, right? Like you can have a 90% chance. You can roll a dice, and if I say like you can roll a dice 6 times and have it be 6, for example, and you don't want basically the dice to be anything but 6, then that certainly can happen as well. I would say like still keep striving to get this circle smaller and smaller. That's my last one, and then I will go and show my XP, show my legendaries, all that stuff. So again, if you're close to level 40, I think joining the 40 club is like is amazing. Like and again, not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Like some people, like if you have a very set way on how you like to play the game, and let's just catch this start you. If you have a very set way on how you play the game and all that stuff, then it's probably not for you. But and as well, like if you get I'm playing since July 2nd, or 28 every day pays off. Only got to this game with my boyfriend. He's level 30, and he said it counts since at least. That's awesome. So that's a terrible throw. That's awesome, Willa. Like keep playing, keep striving, and then keep getting better. Like I think that's great. Like I've seen that case for a lot of people. I met this wonderful lady. We raided last weekend with Raiku's, and she's telling me like first there's a competition between her and like all the IT folks, and then she went and demolished them. Like I think that's great. Like that's what I love about this game. It's not like you're yes, there are elements that resemble a traditional game, right? Like there's levels, there's certain actions, and there's a degree of grind that exists like in many other games. But this game, like, there's social interaction, all this stuff, and I think it's great. There's all sorts of people playing. Okay, so let's go. So R7, I'll get to your question. I think you have a question for me right now, anyways. So check out my XP. So there you go. I'm at 122,336,059 XP. What's the other question? So how many Raikus have I done? So I've done a obscene amount of Raikus. The XP's very good on Raikus. Yeah, like you play with like people all sorts of ages. This is like, I was just thinking about that today, and I think about that pretty much every day I play. Think about all the different people I play with and that I met with and discussed with, and yeah, well, yeah, it's mind blowing. Oh, that's Muchum. That's not so Raikou. Again, my catch rate's not that good, mostly because we do this process called speed rating. So what speed rating is like you go to the raid, you take it down as quickly as possible, and then if it's not a good CP, what we do is we basically just go on to the next one and just like quickly throw at it. If it is a good CP, so we consider likely, and this may change over the course of the month. That may change over the course of the month. Okay, let me answer a few of those questions. Over the course of the month, that may change, but right now we cut our baseline at 1896, and 1896 is because like the lowest 96% can be 1896. And I think I have that version of Raikou. But eventually, I imagine near the end of the month, it's gonna be like, okay, unless it's 1906 or something like that, then we're gonna move on to the next one. So really, it's about quantity and like as well as good XP. So you're trying to fit as many as you can in a lucky egg. So again, 217. I'll probably get around to block this person. Yeah, no. So yeah, so hopefully, let's catch this thing. Oh yeah, so a few other questions. I'll show my 100% legendaries. I don't have any of them powered up. Like I'm, even though I like filming cool videos, like I don't necessarily want to. Oh, okay. There's a lot of lag here. I don't want to change. Oh, that's a terrible throw. I'm throwing terribly. I'm mostly throwing my iPhone, so like my iPhone's smaller. No, I wouldn't say in the same record. Like, I'm sure a bunch of guys in Singapore are way ahead of me. So, let me see here. So, for me, at least, it's worth it for me to fit 2 raids on a lucky egg. But typically, a lot of times we'll get three on an egg. Oh my gosh, I need a moderator. Okay, so yeah, what am I doing here? I'm gonna make a couple of you guys moderators to help me moderate this. Okay, so okay, Emilio, good to see you again. So okay, let me just answer these questions. Oh man, what was I talking about? Can be one. Yep. Yeah, I just made you a moderator. So just make sure if people have like unnecessary questions or questions that don't relate to Pokemon, then just block them or delete them. Pro game living. If once you interact a little bit more in the chat, get to know you, then certainly happy to make you a moderator. So how many? So fit 3 on an egg. That's what I was talking about. 3 fit on an egg plus go plussing and spinning stops and all that stuff between raids. Like that's at least 60k on an egg, which is good. Plus like the spinning and plusing that you're in between, you're probably adding like another up to 10k, so that's 70k. 70k XP on an egg, which is good, especially like on a really good raid day, which like doesn't happen too often. Like, and a little bit different now that there's like this 1 hour egg, 1 hour timer. It makes it a little more difficult to do it. Like get like 1.3 million XP in a day. But again, that's like pretty extreme and pretty rare. Yeah. Oh man, fuel me once. You're right on it. That's great. Okay, so yeah, so that's what I typically would do. Like between two, I'll do, if I know there's gonna be two, then I'll put down an egg and do it. But three's ideal for sure. How many evolve items are you keeping? I've tossed a lot of evolve items, or else they would have taken up way too much bag space. But let's see what I have right now. So I have 3 sunstones, 1 King's Rock, 7 metal coats, 2 dragon scales, 6 upgrades. Great. Okay. Favorite legendary beast. It's legendary beasts instead of dogs. Like some people are super sensitive that they're not dogs, which is true. Raikou looks like a saber-tooth tiger. Favorite one. Man, to be honest, they all look great. Like I think the design on them is fantastic. Yeah, well, that's great that you're a moderator for 16 stream. That's crazy. I can see why. Including Sparky Joy. So yeah, but I think the best one, utility wise, is Raikou, mostly because it's the best electric Pokemon. Entei probably does more damage because Fire Spin Overheat is like. Oh yeah, so R7 depends on what you want to do, right? Like I agree. Like if you only want to do it, but you could also, so like for a lot of people, what they do is when they fit 2 or 3 raids, raids in egg, they'll do evolves in between, and they end up doing like, I don't know, 70, 80, 90, 100,000 in between. So it just is so yeah, so it just depends. For me, like it's all about like trying to like maximize, especially like I don't really play that much during the week anymore because like I don't live downtown Toronto, I live uptown, plus I have like some other commitments and stuff that I need to take care of first. So for me, like on the weekend, I want to get as much XP as possible, and you know what, getting 40k XP is better than yeah. So yeah, evolves as well. For me, I don't do evolves in between, mostly because I'm trying to figure out where the next raid is, and then as well trying to save my candies for a double XP event, because I want to be able to like catch. That's why I mostly evolved 12 candy Pokemon. Yeah, for sure. So it just depends on what your goals are like and what you want to accomplish, right? So I think I'm answering from my own personal experience, but it's gonna be different for depending on what you want to do. Okay, so favorite legendary beast. I'm gonna say Raikou right now. Like I really like Wild Charge. Like when I face Wild Charge, like I'm a little bit intimidated, especially when it does like back-to-back Wild Charges. Like it's mostly because I don't have 6 Rhydons. Maybe I feel differently if I had 6 Rhydons, but I use typically, depends on if I know for sure I'm not gonna faint and we're gonna beat the legendary, we're gonna beat Raikou in 200 seconds, for example, then I'll typically go with like 3 Dragonites, 2 Rhydons, 1 Golem. If I know we're gonna faint, then I'll switch out one of my, or more like we're gonna be in with like 50 seconds left, then I'll use I'll swap out one of my Dragonites for Golems, mostly because Dragonite does higher DPS. So Bob the Snob, do you play Pokemon Go every day? Yeah, at least I have my streak says I haven't missed one. So yeah, I will play sometimes. You know what? That's like just Go plusing on the way to work, and sometimes that's doing a lot of legendary raids. So it just depends. The days are way different for sure. And no, I've never spoofed on my account, and that's 100% honest. Create more. Yeah, no, for sure. I want to create more videos. Just like I'm not quite as talented as Prodigy Nation or Reversal or a number of these different guys at editing, and not that I really necessarily aspire to. I just want to share my journey and have this discussion like I am having here. Which legendaries will you be powering up? So I thought about this. So the reason, if you look at what I've powered up, most of them have been for like a particular purpose. Like initially I powered up like some Gyarados or Dragonites or whatever, mostly so I can do these bosses and take it down for videos. But after that, my catch ratio is awful. Like it's like 50%. Not awful. It's like it's okay. It's just I think if I actually tried, like I think I'd be like 80-85%. It's probably a pretty safe rate for me for Raikou, because I can hit excellent on Raikou pretty consistently. But I'm not as good as yeah. Oh yeah. So I'll definitely get to the badges as well. And so once one's worth powering up. So if when Dragonite raids come out, I will be powering up probably 3 or 4 Articunos. Mostly because I think like Articuno, in my opinion, is the best ice Pokemon. Some people like Lapras. Lapras attack stats like a little too low for me. It doesn't make a huge difference in simulators, but any difference for me, I want to have the best lineup possible. So if Dragonite raids come out, if they ever do, which I imagine they would, like talking to people about Dragonite raids, like I think that's like a huge cash cow for Niantic. Like a lot of people love Dragonite for good reason. So Articuno, I'll power it up for Dragonite. If Gen 3 comes and then there's Metagross raids, then I'll power up Moltres, because I think Moltres is going to be the best fire Pokemon, and I can't imagine that Metagross is going to have a move that's going to be super effective on Moltres. And if it does, I can't think of one that would be applied to Moltres but not Entei. So I'll probably, if that does come out, I'll probably end up powering up like 4 or 5 Moltres. If for Suicune, for example, I'll probably end up powering up 4 initially for Suicune for Raikou, or Raikou for Suicune, and then I'll power up my Zapdos just because it's 100%, and then I'll power up. I already have one Jolteon that's maxed out, so that's gonna be my initial lineup. But eventually, what will happen is I'll probably end up powering 6 Raikous if I have 6 good candidates to power up. And then I can't see a situation where I'd power up Lugia, at least for myself, mostly because like I already have Alakazam. We're going to have Mewtwo soon. Like Lugia is good, and theoretically can take down Machamp as well, but I can already take down Machamp. So I think Lugia is a great Pokemon. Just for me, there's no particular situation where I would use it. And then Mewtwo, power up. I won't go crazy on Mewtwo. Like, depends on. I'll just need to think of a situation where it's good generalist attacker, so I might power up like 2 of them, for example. But I'm not gonna go super crazy for Mewtwo right now, just because I don't see me using it in any particular scenario right now. So okay, yeah. So I showed my Raikou catch ratio. It's like 50% or something like that, and that's mostly because I do speed rating, where if it's not a good IV, then like I don't really try too hard on it. I don't use golden raspberries. Can't see your badges. Okay, let's check out my badges. If my game would load, come on. Okay, so I have the Go Fest. One Go Fest was great, amazing. Me, a lot of people like that's the best part of the game for sure. Jogger, Kanto, Collector, Scientist, Breeder, Backpacker, Big Magikarp, Battle Girl, Trace Trainer, Tiny Rattata, Pikachu, Johto, Berry Master, Defender, Unknown, and then Champion, and then all these other ones. School Kid, Black Belt, Word Keeper, Punk, Rune Maniac. Some not too surprising on any of these. Yeah, these are about aligned with what I expected them to be. Yep, perfect. That's my medals or my badges, or maybe you're referring to. Actually, don't have that many gym badges. I was really hoping that there would be a break. I love legendary raids. They're a lot of fun getting people together. I like battling them, like running simulations and trying to calculate, can we beat this raid boss? Like, especially like in like when we're uptown, there's like not a lot of people showing up these particular raids, or I don't know what they are. Like trying to quickly calculate, oh yeah, okay, so you're this level and you have these mons. Okay, yeah, they're powered up this much. Yeah, we can beat it. Or like this is the strategy that we should follow. I really like that. So if we go to points, I only have one gold badge. This one's gonna be gold sooner rather than later, and that's actually this one right here. And then eventually I'll have like some other gold ones so I was hoping that there'd be a break between raids so I can work on gold badges, but I guess I can still work on that in between and just have like a finite amount of time to do it. Shinies, I only have one shiny, Magikarp. So it's only actually there it is. The funny thing is, like, I hatched a Pichu, and then I was like, I was looking at it, and I guess my screen was like flickering weird. I was like, oh, did I just hatch a shiny Pichu? And then people in the back were like, yeah. It actually wasn't, because I was able to like click on it for mass transfer, so that was disappointing, but that's okay. Jordan, Texas Boy, I'll definitely check out your channel. Can't promise that I'll sub, but I'll definitely check it out. I will hopefully let's open a new tab. I'll check it out and let you know if I sub for sure. Rocky the Gamer, yeah, you're level 22. As long as you're playing the game the way you want and you enjoy playing it, then it's all good for sure. Yeah, 3301, man. Raikou. Whew, yeah, Raikou with Thunder Shock, Wild Charge would melt Gyarados, which I think would be awesome for sure. 100% IV, 3301. That'd be, where would that rank on my team? I'm kind of pretty excited about that. Okay, 3301 would just be above my Snorlaxes. Oh, very nice. I have 2 Dragonites and 3 Executors. The first Dragonite has 3045 CP. So that's awesome. That's good. That's good. That's awesome. Great job, Rocky the Game. That's pretty high for level 22, actually. It's very high, actually. 3000 CP. How did you manage to save over 11 million dust? So before gym, excellent question. So before, not gym rework, before raids, raid 1 I hit 100 million. I think I had like, my peak was like 15 point something million dust, and I was on my way to 20 million. But then these raids happen, and obviously I want to be a team contributor, so I spent like, I think I spent like 3 million on like Heracross and Tyranitar and Dragonite, and then I went down to like around 12. Then I spent a little bit on a lot on golems, and then I spent some preparing for for Raikou and some additional Tyranitars as well. So I'll spend a little bit more. I'll probably end up spending 7 Pokemon, like 1.75 for Suicune, which is kind of crazy for Suicune, but I don't really have that great coverage from water Pokemon. Like for example, you check out my Vaporeon solo takedown. Like I end up using Dragonite. Then Dragonite's a great Pokemon, but like you really in this meta you should be using super effective as much as possible. I just didn't have like another electric or grass Pokemon, so I need to invest in for sure. And then I got a bunch of dust when it was the double dust event and third distance egg and all that stuff. So that definitely helped me a lot. And then the regular grinding and using Go Plus. Like Go Plus is definitely the best investment that you can get in the game for sure. What is your criteria for Pokemon that you choose to keep in your collection? So one, I'll keep Pokemon that are useful, that have like 100% IV. And then I keep like memory Pokemon. So for example, if I go to recent, I actually love doing this, going to recents and then trying to go through all the Pokemon. So obviously my starter, I keep my first 100% hatch, which is a Lickitung. I can't wait to evolve that to Licky. I think that's the Pokemon. This is the Snorlax that I also powered up, but I also hatched in London, UK. Like I remember missing a Snorlax. I told this story like 100 times, but I remember when Pokevision was a thing, that there was a Snorlax. I was like in a small town in London, and then I was working until like 1 a.m. doing a bunch of work, and then I'm like, okay, I'll check Pokevision. And I saw Pokevision, there was a Snorlax like 20-minute, something like 25-minute walk away, something like, and there was like 15 minutes left or something like that. And then I just start running for it, and then I miss it by like 15 seconds. I should have ran harder for it, and that was my fault. And then I remember doing that walk of shame back at like 1:30 in the morning, which is pretty sucky. So then when I hatched the Snorlax, walking around Tower of London, like I was just so pumped. And then I found out they had like decent IVs, like good IVs. I wouldn't say decent, good IVs. I was super pumped for sure. And then this is the Porygon. We stayed a little bit in London for the weekend or something like that after my work trip. And then I remember walking outside my Airbnb. I'm like, there's a Porygon here. And like Porygon, it's still super rare. You don't randomly encounter a Porygon that often. I've caught a lot of Pokemon too. And I was just there's Porygon here. I'm like, I'm so excited. 64 CP, but super pumped. So I love going through this. Central Park one, I've told this story a bajillion times, but Central Park one, I remember going to Central Park because my work required me to go to New York, and like this is near the beginning, not the beginning, this is like probably July or August, and then I remember going there, so many people, so many lures, and I was like, this is madness. And then I remember someone's like, Blastoise, right, and then I run over, and I see it, I click on it, and it's 29 CP. So still exciting, but I hadn't back then, like starters were pretty rare, and then I didn't go into a particular nest. Actually, I don't think I ever went to Squirtle Nest because of that. And the same thing with Hitmonchan. Like Hitmonchan was like, there's a Snorlax on the other side of Central Park, was like a 15-minute jog over, and then I'm about to go home and losing signal for whatever reason. And then then I see that there's a Hitmonchan run back, and then I was like so hyped. I think it like bounced out of one of the first balls. And anyways, a lot of so usefulness, 100% IV, and then future usefulness, and then and memories I'll keep for sure. I don't know if I have any other ones that are of any particular memory. Sure, a couple of them are for sure. Oh, not that one. So that's how I determine what to keep in my collection. And I need to transfer a bunch of legendaries, which I promised to do in this video, but I'm obviously answering a lot of questions, so it makes it pretty challenging. Currently trying to catch 1934 CP Wild Rhydon. That's awesome. Throwing probably 15 balls in now. Well, good luck. If it's a good one, then yeah, for sure use a golden raspberry. If it's not a good one, then obviously just try to catch on raspberry or pine. My kilometer is actually really low for Compared to like a lot of people in the 40 group. The 40 group, like there's some people like 8,000 kilometers, which is way pretty amazing, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Wish they would have points count up on gyms so you can see. Yeah, I don't know why they don't calculate how many or tell you how many. It's just all these things Niantic does. Why they don't tell your exact progress on gym badges, gym medals, gym badges, I should say, blows my mind for sure. That's me too. I don't even try to catch when Legend's pathetic IVs. It's just catching a low IV legendary. Yeah, for sure. When I was, it was kind of fun when I was doing the birds, because I was like, oh, I'll try to get the best catch rate possible, prove that I can catch well. And I think I've already proved, like, I'm not super amazing, but I think I'm pretty good at throwing, and I proved it because I had like around 80% catch rate for all the birds except for Lugia. Okay. Yeah, so I got a lot of my Magikarp candy when it was the water biome. Not water biome, the water event. And there was just Magikarp everywhere. And that was like when I was grinding, trying to do 50 to, I think it was 50 to 60 million, the fastest in the world. And like, and then I was grinding afterwards because I was starting my new job. And a little bit of time off in between. So I was grinding pretty hard. So I think I accumulated like a boatload of candy. Like probably like 6,000 candy during that event. Okay, let's see here. Well, I didn't know there was a filter for defending. Yeah, there certainly is. There's really great filters. It actually really helps you understand like how many defenders you have in gyms and whatnot, so you know whether or not you can remote bury them. Do you play a few games within the game when you're playing besides speed rating? Yeah, so we play, we don't play this anymore, but it used to be one of my most favorite things to do. It was, you used to play excellent contests, and it's like simple rules. So, excellent contest is like basically be like, okay, first to 20 excellence wins, right? And then we do like first to 5 in a row. And then when first catch bonus was happening, we'd say like 2 points for first catch bonus, 1 point for that, and that was really fun. That really helped the time pass by when you're grinding. And then other games, like not really too much. Like Pokemon GO is a pretty simple game, simple mechanics, so not a lot. No, I wouldn't say I'm gonna. Okay. Why don't you evolve your shiny? I don't evolve my shiny because like I like the look of shiny Magikarp. It's kind of cool looking, and then as well I'm waiting for a good shiny, the good IV shiny to power it up to red Gyarados, and so I would actually power it up. And then do I play water biome? No. So there's Toronto, we're pretty lucky. There's a bunch of different biomes. Like by the water, there's obviously the water biome, and then certain areas is more like a mountain biome. So you get a lot of Chops, Geodudes, Larvatars, Dragonites, all that stuff. And then do I play mostly on foot or in a car? So for these raids, I play a lot in a car. Or when I was grinding my first initial 60 million, or 50 million, I was grinding mostly at a coffee shop on King and Princess Street in Toronto. Yeah, what's the lowest IV you keep? Depends on the Pokemon. So if I have a 98% Dragonite, like, am I gonna toss it? No. Am I gonna power up? Probably not. And mostly that's because like I already have a bunch of 100% IV Dragonites, and like 98% is just pretty much in my book just as good as a 100%. But like I'm not gonna power it up. But if I have like a 96, then I might. And I don't. It's not high CP. Then I might toss it depending on how my bag space condition is. But like I've maxed out 291% executors because just haven't come across a lot of good executors. I need to do more executor raids. And one of them had Confusion, Solar Beam, and Confusion being Legacy. Confusion being really strong for raids. I thought it was worth it to power it up. And the 91% already had previously powered up because it's pretty useful to have. Yeah. Well, appreciate the numbers are is unreal. Like you should check out some people ahead of me is way higher for sure. How are you? Please show your XP. Yeah. Okay, I'll show my XP for you. Assuming that's a European name. Holog. I can't pronounce it. Um, I'm second. Yeah, no, 40 million is very definitely very impressive for sure. Uh, yeah, so I have 100% Raikou. Let me show you that. Let me show you my Raikous. Raikou. Oh, okay. Of course I can't spell. Oh man, what am I doing here? Oh man, it's getting late. Okay, Raikou here. Let me sort it by CP. So I have this 1913 that I think I caught on a Monday, so the 4th. Yeah, 1913. So pumped for that one. If you haven't checked my video, definitely check it out. Pretty pumped. 1906. I think this is 14 attack, and I caught this on the 2nd. Germany. Yep, that's what I thought as well. I'm not even attempt to pronounce your name. I'm just gonna brutalize it. 1905. I think it says 15 attack. Munich. Okay, Munich is a beautiful place as well. And then I caught this 1904 today, or yesterday, I guess. Like it's past midnight. And then I caught this one today as well. Yes, I caught 2 1902s. Then I have, the funny thing here, I have 6 1900s. That's awesome. Like, that's cool. You'll definitely get one over 91% for sure. Top 3 actually did this really interesting analysis on, at least, okay, I'm obviously self-boasting about my own analysis, but I did this interesting analysis on Reddit on movesets. So I think like favorite movesets, I think Dragon Tail Outrage I like a lot. I like Breath Outrage a lot too, but Tail Outrage just performs better in a lot of scenarios. There's some scenarios where Breath is better. So I like Tail Outrage. Outrage is like, I believe the only 2-bar move that does 110 damage, which 110 damage, like Stone Edge does 100 damage, I believe. I think, let me check a look here, actually. Oh, come on. I gotta move my face here. Earthquake does 120 damage. So, Tail Outrage, one of my favorite movesets for sure. Breath Claw, like who doesn't like Breath Claw? It's like great moveset to use. I like Confusion, Future Sight as well. Especially digging down with champs, like super useful. I like Rock's Throw Stonehenge mostly because like, it was involved in like my most epic raid takedown battle against Flareon. Water Gun Hydro Pump's cool as well. It's useful, but Water Gun Hydro Pump's not the greatest moveset. It's a good moveset. I like Fire Spin Overheat a lot. Definitely does a lot of damage, and both really good moves. Counter Dynamic Punch, top 3. So I'd say recently, counter. I'd say Rock Throw Stone Edge for sure. Really great one. Tail Outrage, Counter Dynamic Punch, but also like consider like Confusion, Future Sight, as up there as well. Things I like. Okay. I use Dragonite with Breath and Claw. Are you going to transfer? yeah. I have to get transfer my electric. I might not do during this break because too many questions. Okay, let's see here. Did I miss any? Top 3 movesets. Good, really good question. I like that question. I should lie. Snorlax Lick. Lick's actually a good move. It's just that Snorlax doesn't have stab on it, and like the Pokemon that most effectively use Lick are also then weak to the Pokemon that it would use against, like unfortunately, because I think it's a ghost move. Could be wrong. Dark Ghost, probably Ghost, I think. I get to check it, but that's fine. He might answer Tyranitar with Bite Stone Edge. That's a really good one as well. The only problem like Bite's really good move, really fast. Double stab, or not double stab on each one. Just that they're not the same type. Like that's my only problem. Like if Tyranitar had a rock move that was like Bite, then I think it would definitely be really up there for sure. How many like I have a lot of Raikou candy. Like oh yeah, oh so you took yeah. How many so I've caught like 117 something like that. Haven't transferred any, so like 300 something like that. 350 are from catches. But I have oh man, Entei. I thought about it like so Entei, I'm definitely gonna so one I was like, oh, I'm gonna go hardest on Raikou, but then I'm like Raikou's the best electric Pokemon for sure since till Gen 4 or 5, whatever. So I'm definitely gonna go hard on that one. Really great moveset. I like Thunder Shock, Wild Charge. At least like fighting it's really tough for sure. Wild Charge. Entei, not quite as strong as Moltres, tankier than Moltres, but the fact that it doesn't have flying as its typing might be an advantage, especially if it doesn't. Especially if you're facing like a double rock Pokemon like a Golem. That way it doesn't have a double weakness. Like that's a pretty attractive reason to use it. But then like, yeah. So it's an attractive reason. Like the difference is not that great. But Entei's only a little bit stronger than Flareon, but extremely way tankier, so definitely gonna go hard on Entei. And then Suicune, James, my friend from Seattle, convinced me that Hidden Power has its uses, and so I think I'll go hard to get a bunch of high IV Hidden Power Suicunes for sure. Okay. Yeah, so if you get a good Entei, like, that's awesome. Yeah, I caught 117, so yeah, times 3 at R7. You're right on this. So much stronger than me. It doesn't really matter if I'm stronger than you. Just then just play the game how you want. What's your main go-to gym defender? Like, yeah, when I usually go to the gym, I usually drop Blissey Snorlax, especially if I want to hold. But I like dropping Heracross, to be honest, because I think it's like a cool Pokemon. I really like it a lot. It's one of my favorite Pokemon for sure. I think the design's cool. I can throw really well at it. As well, it's been super helpful for me against Tyranitar, Snorlax, all that stuff. My best Raikou, yeah, 100%. I'm shocked. I'm stocking. I just don't know if I use them for Blissey so well. Yeah, Blissey's like, Blissey's an interesting one for PvP considerations. Like, it has Zen Headbutt, Dazzling Gleam. Like, it's going to be a really good counter to a lot of Pokemon. If they use Tyranitar, then Dazzling Gleam's going to be good. Dazzling Gleam's actually a really excellent move as well, so something to consider, all that stuff. Okay, let's start with transferring, since we did Articuno first. So my rule for legendaries is I'm going to keep everything above 90%. I think that's a good rule. Also, I don't think I have any, I'll keep my lowest one as well. So I'll keep the 1602, and I'll transfer all the rest of these. So I'm going to start transferring them, start saving up some bag space, thankfully. This is going to be really annoying to transfer. Oh, yeah. You know what? I thought about, one, I really should max out Slow King. Like, I have a Slow King in my car. I have a Slow King in my car, so I really, and I have 100% Slow King. So I think it's going to be, yeah, that's a good idea. It's not bad. Like, if you drop Blizzard in, or you drop Confusion Blizzard, something like that, it's pretty tanky moveset for sure. So why don't you wait for the next double candy event before transferring? So I think that's a good rule. I think Garen. I'm really glad that you brought that up. So for me, I have so many rare candies. I'm gonna keep doing raids. I'm gonna accumulate all this rare candy that I don't necessarily need to wait for a double candy event, because I'm not gonna benefit that much from, because what ends up happening is I raid and then I accumulate again, like first world problems, all that stuff. Sounds terrible, but I have like too much rare candy. It's taking up too much of my backspace, and I can't spend Pokestops. I can't go plus all that stuff. I can't get the berries I need, potions I need. So I end up like just throwing them into legendary. So I don't need them, and I'm only gonna. I might end up powering more than 3 Articuno, but right now I can basically max. Well, not max, the level 39 Articunos for sure. What about gotcha? I lost the Go Plus on Subway and decided whether to get this. Yeah, so there's certainly some people that I know that are 40 that use gotcha. Obviously, I think Prodigy Nation did a video, and I think Trainchip's not 40, but he did a video as well, so you can definitely check that out. Yeah, so it's good. I just get 50 coins every time, and I know teams my buddies are not, so it's pretty hard. So, and then your question, Danny plays RBLX. Are you hacking? No, I'm not hacking. Obviously, I'm playing the game right now, and I don't hack at all. Just play the game. Yeah. So also, like, gotcha. Like, I should also preface that some people believe that there are risks associated with the gotcha, and like legitimate reasons, and I don't necessarily know how Niantic's gonna handle it, so I can't really speak on behalf of it. As well, it's yeah, no, you guys are both Instinct. That's cool. I am Instinct as well. Yeah, so I'm just gonna transfer these. It's gonna take a little while. Actually, I probably should get a cable. So let's go find a cable so I can plug in. Okay, there's one. Ta-da. I didn't think this stream would be this long, but I also didn't think I'd get so many questions. So happy to do it. I need to transfer these legendaries because they're taking up way. It's embarrassing. I was doing a raid, and then my bag was full, which is not something that usually happens unless I'm grinding pretty hard. There you go. Well, good, right on time. Yeah, I don't think you can't mass transfer legendaries, unfortunately. This see here, when you try to mass search, it says like you can't select the legendary. It's like ultra painful, for sure, unfortunately. Yeah, it's extra painful to do it. Okay, have a good one. Have fun at work. I guess it's like it's 8 o'clock or something like that. There, I probably should go to bed soon too. Yeah, no worries. Will I power up my first Mewtwo? Less than 100%, probably not. It depends on how. I always like play it by ear, like how rare these things are gonna be and how challenging it's gonna be. But usually I'm like a pretty patient guy, mostly because like I don't. If you need it right now, power it up, like whatever, right? But like for me, like I don't necessarily need Mewtwo right now. So I probably won't power up my first Mewtwo. But if there's a reason why, then it's a good Pokemon, and but I would encourage you guys to be patient. Patience definitely pays off in this game for sure. 2275. I'll freak out if I get 2275. I'll be, and if I catch it catch it, I'll be hyped. If I don't catch it, I'll be a little bit bummed, but I'll also move on because I know, play this game to get good Pokemon for sure, and that's exciting. But like going out and meeting people and hanging with people is like, it's gonna be cool. Like the hype around the first X raid and all that stuff, and asking like, did you catch Mewtwo? Did you catch it? Like, what Pokemon should I use? Like, that's excitement, hype, and like, you know, catching 100% is gonna be the cherry on top for sure. Oh man, circle ball of death, as we call it. Yeah, circle ball. Oh man, this legendary is a fighter, doesn't want to get transferred. Unfortunately, not sure why. Yeah, and keep flowing in the questions if you guys have any. How do you feel about the same rewards for Mewtwo? Like, you're talking about like TMs and rare candies? Oh, you're talking about Premier Balls. So one, I would actually have a heart attack if, not a heart attack, if we got 50 Premier Balls, like, I'd be there forever, especially if it was a good one. So, I think, as well, Mewtwo, because Mewtwo has a 6% base catch rate, at least according to the game files or whatever, then I don't think having 50 Premier Balls is necessarily necessary. I think you have really high probability if you have like whatever 10 plus balls trying to catch Mewtwo and you use golden raspberries, or even you use regular raspberries. It does really well, but obviously I encourage you to use golden if you really want the Pokemon. Okay, so excellent question. Do you think Jinx is underrated as a Pokemon? For sure, 100%. Like, I think it's a Pokemon that has good attack stats. I wouldn't say has good overall stats. Like, it's very squishy. And then Frostbreath, Avalanche, one of the two best ice movesets in the game. Both involve Avalanche. You could say Powder Snow, I think. Avalanche is really good as well. But extremely Glass Cannon. But, you know, Glass Cannon doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't have its uses. It's just like the, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Like, I think it's a good Pokemon for sure. Underrated. Like, right now, people think there's no use for Jinx. But when Dragonite Strays comes out, like, I think it's a good Pokemon to throw into your lineup, especially if you have a high CP one as well, one that's past relevant breakpoints. Then I think it's definitely useful. This is gonna take forever. I'm not gonna lie. Like, might just get through Articuno. So, underrated. Yeah, for sure. It definitely has its uses in its place. Has the highest attack stat. It has decent attack stat. Like, let me check here. Like 230 somewhere, 30 something. Let me check if I remember correctly. Higher than Lapras, which is not necessarily that difficult. I don't have a good IV Shuckle. I do want one. I think it'd be awesome. 223. Pillow-Swine. So Mammoth-Swine is definitely going to be better. But Pillow-Swine has a 181 attack stat. And really, during these raids, you care a lot about how well it attacks. And it has access to Avalanche, which I think is it's an excellent moveset as well. So, yeah, it was just painful to transfer all these. But, okay. 181 is also lower than Articuno's, but its better moveset probably makes it probably a slightly harder hitter than Articuno, but pros and cons for sure. Okay, 1 second. Let me get back to the questions. Okay, live dashboard. But Pillow-Swine's good. Pillow-Swine's tanky. Mammoth-Swine's gonna be a monster, like, call it now. Mammoth-Swine's gonna be the best IC Pokemon once Gen 4 drops for sure. I don't know If the ground typing helps it, hurts it, like I have to think about it. Weakness to water, I guess, and grass. Resistance against lightning, or resistance, immunity to lightning, and I'm sure some other things as well. So, and then but yeah, so creepypasta, it's Charmander. Did you say you were going to fully powered before the end of the year? Yeah, I thought you have a really good memory, R7. I guess I threw that out as an idea, as an end of year video, but I didn't end up doing it. Maybe I'll do it this year. Just depends on. We'll see. We'll see, for sure. Yeah. That's a really good memory you have. Yeah, that's crazy. I actually completely forgot about that. I forget. I guess it's like we were pretty busy grinding near the end of the year and all that stuff. And I thought I'd make more videos, but I ended up spending my time grinding and catching rare Pokemon and all that stuff. So, okay. So. So many Articunos. I think Articuno. What do you think the best looking bird is? I think Articuno looks great. Okay. Articuno looks great. A lot of people don't like Moltres. They call it fire chicken. But I think Moltres like attack moves are really great. Attack and like a little fire thing it was doing, like I think is really great. Articuno is pretty cool, where it like kind of flaps his wing at you, kind of look like it's like gonna generate some gust or whatever. But I think like the legendary beasts, they definitely stepped it up. Like I think I like the look of legendary beasts better, all of them. Like I think Suicune looks amazing. I think Raikou looks amazing. Yeah, Zap Cannon definitely hits very hard for sure. Just slow, really slow. Unfortunately. So some good questions. Yeah, sorry, your legendaries. Licky's gonna lick a tongue. Oh yeah, sorry. Your first 100 Pokemon. You know, I thought it was gonna be a way more complicated question. That actually shows how late it is. I thought you were gonna ask like my first 100 Pokemon that I caught. I was like, probably Pidgey, Rattata, Magikarp, or something like that. Yeah, I hatched it. Probably at like level 16, I think. You know what? That's cool for sure. Check out your video, Game Central. It's slow. Yeah, for sure. It only takes 6 moves to. I haven't tried it yet. Maybe I should try it in one of these videos. Yeah. So. Yeah, legendaries. Oh, I'm getting pretty close to the high IV ones. I didn't realize that. How many do I have here? So I have, let's go over my Articunos. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 98s. I had 198 run on me. Oh man, that was a painful one. It wasn't, I think it was 1668, which would be the worst quote unquote worst 98. But I remember that one, like, it was like me and a fellow Instinct player, and then we went to there was like maybe like 10 minutes left on the gym. We're like, oh, let's just wait out, see if anyone comes. And then like 4 or 5 cars roll up, and there's like 20 people in the lobby. I was like, and then I instantly knew that I was gonna get a lot of premier balls from that. And I can't, like 6 is better than 0, so I'm glad I had the chance to catch it. I don't know how many kilometers I do per day. That's something I necessarily keep track of. Why do you think they reduce X rates to be honest, I know that the original 2-hour timer was a glitch. You know, maybe I'll just keep these ones. Yeah, I'll keep these ones for now. Keeps me at like 24 on that. I gotta figure out which ones are not 90 and transfer those ones. And then I think once they change the 2-hour rates to 1 hour egg and 1 hour timer like they were going to originally, then I think they just mass applied that to the X rates as well. I don't like that it's a 1 hour timer. It makes it way less flexible for sure. And plus you already know way in advance like when the legendary is gonna be there, so I don't, yeah. It is what it is though. Let's go over my Moltres. So I have a 98 and then 98. 198 run on me. I was with who was I with? I was definitely with Valor, two Mystics, and probably like 2 Instinct players. And I had like 10 Premier Balls, which is usually enough. And I hit like 9 Excellence and 1 Miss, and then it ran on me. I think it was in 1865 as well. It's just kind of painful, but oh well. Not that big a difference. I got my first credit catch, 98. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think I have the worst. What's the worst Moltres? I don't think this is it. I think it goes lower. Yeah, it definitely goes lower, but I'll still star this one and then start transferring these ones. It is getting pretty late, and this stream lasted way longer than I thought. But also, I'll get through Moltres and I'll probably end the stream. But keep asking questions, keep trying to answer them the best I can, for sure. Moltres. A lot of Moltres candy too. And not enough, I guess. We'll see. Favorite food. Or so let's try to keep these. I'll answer this question, but have you caught? Yeah, so 10. I've caught 100% Lugia. So first one is 100% Zapdos. After like a lot of raids, I was actually not getting frustrated because I got a lot of 98s. So I can't say I was frustrated for sure. But patiently waiting, I guess. That's probably the better word. And then, so I caught 100% Zapdos. Then the next day, I caught 100% Lugia. And so 100% Zapdos is so hyped. Everyone's watching, so excited. Then the 100% Lugia spawned. I think I had like 8 Premier Balls because like Lugia, you have to get you in like decent sized groups. They're pretty hard to take down. I think I had like 8 Premier Balls, and I posted on Twitter. So if you aren't following me on Twitter, Pogo King. Oh, I don't want to power it up. Pogo King. Pogo King is my Twitter handle. Yeah, and then I have 100% Raikou, which I caught on the 3.5 day that Raikou was out. Looking to get another 100%, but if I don't get it, oh well, not that big a deal. Yeah, feel free to keep asking away and just transferring these legendary Pokemon. So happy to answer any questions. Oh, this is painfully slow. Sure, it actually be faster on my iPhone. Oh no, that's okay. Like, as long as you get good IV ones, that's all that actually matters. 100% trophy pretty much. It has like some impact on gameplay, but the probability that it's actually going to impact it in a material way is pretty unlikely. Does anyone know what the math is on? So raid bosses are like eggs. There's only 6 possibilities for each IV stat. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you do 6 to the power of 3, and that's 216, or 36 times 6. That's just like, then you calculate cumulative probabilities, all that stuff. What I use to check IVs. So when I'm on my iPhone, I use Pokegenie. You basically just take a screenshot, you load the screenshot into Pokegenie, and then it will process the IVs. And then when I'm on my Android, I use Calc IV, which is basically just an overlay. You know, I'm getting a little bit too tired. I have a lot of mulchers. I'll probably end up doing this tomorrow morning. But I will stick around for a few more minutes. I'll catch a couple spawns here, which I have quite a few of. Yeah, 1 out of 216 is the probability that any one raid boss is going to be perfect. Or 100% IV, I should say. Oh man, the lag is real. The lag is real. Okay, that was weird. No, I used Pokegenie today. Unless they took it down while I was on the stream, so you think you should, that there should be a command to took gems from... Oh, like, do you think, I don't know, actually, I haven't thought too much about that. Alfonso. Well, Calc IV. Calc IV, like calcular IV. Oh, terrible throw. Yeah, no, I definitely do that. If I was most people, I would definitely keep my legendaries for double candy. That way you get like good value out of them, because it's 20 kilometers to walk it. But I just know I'm gonna accumulate enough rare candy that I won't necessarily need it. So I think that's an excellent idea. 10, something I need to reiterate for sure. Just catch these. I don't have that many Ultra Balls left, but I don't really need to use Ultra Balls or anything. Just good for grinding. Oh shit, terrible. That was an awful throw. Entire game. Oh my gosh, the lag is awful. Oh my gosh. The lag is really bad on this, but that was a terrible throw even for lag. That was a awful throw. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, that was awful. Oh my, I'm watching the video right now because it's a little bit delayed on live stream. That was awesome. Which one do you concentrate for evolves other than the obvious three? So I actually think that obviously like Rattatas and whatnot, but I'm sure you guys know the trick. I'm not gonna patronize. I'm not patronize. I'm gonna show it. You can actually type in the word. I'm sure most people know this. Evolve. Nope. And it'll show you all the Pokemon that can evolve based off the candies that you have and all that stuff. No, there's no difference. It just depends on what you're more comfortable with from a throwing perspective. Thanks, Emilio, for tuning into the stream. Yeah, there's no difference. So, anyways, I'm going to leave the stream there. Thank you very much for everyone that watched me transfer Pokemon and Mass Evolve and answer a bunch of questions. So, look forward to posting another video, hopefully soon. I have a couple other video recordings I already have in place. I just need to decide which one I want to post. But thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Pogo King, which I'll post here. Nope. Okay, if I can find it. Pogo King. Yeah, follow me there if you want to follow my daily progress for sure. Want to be kept track on that stuff. Okay, anyways, I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and thanks R7, thanks Fuel for being moderators. You guys did a really great job. Thanks everyone. All right, bye.